TV series are great. TV series are fun. And at its peak, a TV show can be the center of everyone's attention. But being a great show just isn't enough to survive in our capitalistic world. The corporate overlords also need to make money, especially when it's produced by SyFy. And this is the story of how a group of passionate fans took to the skies and then to space to send a message to the richest man on Earth. The Expanse is a series of science fiction novels written by Daniel Abraham and Ty Frank, collectively known as James S.A. Corey. It has received 3 nominations for the Hugo Award and won 1 award in 2020. The TV series is based on the same novels and is set in the future where mankind has split into 3 factions: Earth and Luna, Mars, and the people living in the asteroid belt and the outer planets, commonly known as Belters. The story follows a ragtag group of survivors of a shipwreck who must race against time to uncover a conspiracy that could envelop the entire solar system in an all-out war, unaware of an even greater threat to humanity. So Tin, what's so great about this show?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, for one, it's got space battles. How about badass politicians?
All due respect, madam, where are you going with this?
Wherever I goddamn like.
Mystery. Strong female characters. No, not this one. Her.
We are strong! We are sharp!
Conspiracy.
Alright, everybody on the floor! Show me some hands!
Villains who don't just go,
Herder! World domination!
I fought to save Earth. And you fought to save yourself.
but how about the Space Police with the award for best hair? And everyone's favorite, coffee.
Everything you like in a TV show or a movie, The Expanse got it. Except nudity. Aww. However great this show was, it didn't make enough revenue for SyFy.
Want my money? Jesus!
And after producing 3 seasons of the show, SyFy decided not to renew it. The future was grim. That is until a group of dedicated fans and staff decided to take matters into their own hands. It first began with a tweet, followed by even more tweets. Then, a petition began. Even the writers joined. Soon, a PSA forum was established as a hub for fans to brainstorm and find information on who to contact to aid their cause. It was becoming clear that this was no mere fan movement. It even had people designated to different positions to maximize efficiency. And high-profile people in the industry were beginning to take notice. At the time, Netflix owned the international streaming rights for the show, and with the campaign gaining some momentum, fans were rooting that Netflix would pick it up. But hope did not last long, as Jim Murray, the prop master of the show, announced that Netflix was out. Time was running out when Jim reported that parts of the set were beginning to be sold off to Star Trek Discovery. For a moment, it seemed like all hope was lost. But both Jim Murray and VFX supervisor Bob Monroe told the fans to not be discouraged and to focus their energy on a new frontier: Amazon. The warriors of the Safe Expanse army began their first volley. They used Amazon Studios for your consideration form to launch a series of requests to urge the streaming giant to pick the show up. And this was well received by the customer service team, as many of them were fans of the show. Obviously though, this wouldn't be enough, and it was time for something of more galactic proportions. And after much deliberation, a user named SF Selite proposed to set up a GoFundMe page to fly a banner over Amazon Studios HQ. And in just a few hours, the plane was set to fly. On the following day, on May 15, 2018, it will be making 2 trips, one between 12 to 2 p.m. and another between 5 to 7 p.m. And simultaneously, a fan trailer on the Safe Expanse movement was launched on the same day, and it quickly took the #1 spot on Reddit. If we didn't grab their attention before, we surely do now. Major news outlets are beginning to pick up the story. From then on, the campaign started to snowball. Advertisement went online, and other social media campaigns are nearing maximum velocity. Even the cast and crew were astonished by the efforts of the fans.
So awesome.
They boosted our numbers by double digits when it premiered on Wednesday. Yeah. All the things that they were a part of made a big impact.
Yeah.
Now that the fans have taken to the skies, it is time to go where no fans have gone before. Space, the final frontier. Based on the previous idea of launching a weather balloon, one user suggested the idea of launching a model of the show's flagship, the Rocinante, into space. While the idea reeked of madness, members of the movement went around to formulate a feasible plan of action and set up a GoFundMe page. And in just under 3 hours, they've raised over $4,000. And the plan went from, "Are we really doing this?" to, "What the f***? This is actually happening." While all of this was going on, the cast and the crew were still promoting the movement. The head of the Amazon Studios was getting random kicks from fans, and Jeff was getting emails from anyone from George R.R. Martin to the founder of Craigslist. And on the 24th of May 2018, the model of the Rossi was finally launched into space. While the fans were getting ready to take it up a notch, the cast and the crew of The Expanse were on a panel talking about the show at the International Space Development Conference. Subsequently, Jeff Bezos would be presented an award at the venue. When their panel concluded, the cast went to meet with Jeff and took a couple of pictures with him. Obviously, the representatives of the movement would always be within eyeshot, holding a banner. And finally, the stage had been set for Jeff. As anticipation from the crowd enveloped the hall, and in the middle of the moderator's dialogue, Jeff interjected with a smile on his face.
I was telling them that we were working hard at Amazon to save The Expanse, but it wasn't a done deal yet. And during dinner, 10 minutes ago, I just got word that The Expanse is saved.
All of their efforts had paid off. They had saved The Expanse. And they heard it from the big boss man himself.
And so I'm really glad we picked up the show. And by the way, we did make it better. Season 4 is the best season of The Expanse.
There's an African proverb that says, if you think you are too small to make a difference, then you haven't spent the night with a mosquito. Most people might not have done what these fans did. thinking it was a failed enterprise. And for their persistence, the fans were treated with a continuation of the space saga, with bigger and better graphics, high stakes, and epic moments. The story of how the fans saved the Expanse is in many ways a direct parallel to the show. A group of people persistently pursuing the same goal to protect something that they love. And thanks to that, we've had 3 more seasons of this magical show. Thank you everyone who took part in the movement. And for those who haven't seen it, you are missing out.